So we're at the end of the day, having ridden all day on the new Tracer 700. Really enjoyable bike. Obviously, the bike already existed. Didn't do as well as Yamaha might have expected. So what they've done, they've gone back to the drawing board a little bit and done some tweaks onto it. They've done some tweaks in terms of the styling, in terms of the look of the bike, but they've also had some tweaks in the engine to get it Euro 5 compliant. In terms of what the bike is, it's Yamaha doing the cheap and cheerful, if I dare to say it, because that's exactly what it is. They've got an engine in the middle, which is the 700 engine, same as the Tenerife, and a frame around the outside. They've kept with the same sort of frame. They've upped the suspension because that was a complaint. Gone conventional forks, which I think probably is a little bit of a mistake. They do exactly the same as a USD fork, but I'm not sure whether you might want a USD fork, but it's good suspension at the front and at the back. And in terms of the level of equipment on the bike, it's fairly basic. You don't get loads of stuff. There's no traction control. There's no buttons to twitch. The conventional switch gear on the left hand side just does the indicators, the horn, scrolls through what's on the screen, and high and low beam. The other side, there's a starter switch on it. New adjustable screen on it. The screen between up and low, the nice adjustment between up and down, goes up and down like that. Makes absolutely no difference when you're riding it. I don't know how they managed that, but you know, the high and low position, not much difference at all in it. But in terms of how the bike performs, it's just a really nice bike to ride. There are no frills to it. It's not massively powerful. And in a way, it's a transition bike. You know, are you transitioning that you've actually had an MT-07, you want to do a little bit of touring? This is the bike for you. If you don't necessarily want to go off road, you don't want to buy the Tenere. Again, it's in the middle. So although the Yamaha has said it's for new first time adventures, in a way, it sits between the MT-07, which being a naked and city bike, and the Tenere being the off-road based adventure bike. Whether you choose this bike or whether you go for the 900, that's the difficult one. I think maybe in the past people have gone, you know, I'm going touring, am I going to go for a small engine bike? Well, you know, we'll have to wait and see whether actually the buyers will commit to this as the touring bike, because there is a feeling that you need a bigger bike to tour. But if you can get over that fearing and ride this bike, it's a lovely bike to ride. It's got the power. Nothing to knock your socks off, but just really nice power on it. Good delivery of torque from the CP2 engine, and nice riding position. We've been riding it all day, as comfortable at the end of the day as at the start of the day. So, in terms of where they're positioning this bike, whether they can persuade people to buy it as a touring bike, well, that remains to be seen. But if you jump on this bike and try it, it's a great bike. No frills, just a bike that you can start up, ride every day. You can ride into work in the morning, you can scratch it at the weekends, and you can load up the panniers and go touring at the weekend. It is a do-it-all bike, and if you want one of those, for a little bit under £8 grand, the Tracer 700 is going to do it.